Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. I'm Tanushree. So students, as we all know that our NABARD Grade A 2025 Phase 2 exam is approaching, and at this moment previous year question papers are of great importance to all those aspirants who are seriously preparing for Phase 2. So students, in this particular video we are going to discuss the 2023 and 2024 Phase 2 papers of NABARD Grade A examination. This video, it might be slightly lengthy for you, but it is going to be extremely helpful. Apart from that, students, if you're interested in having any paid mentorship for your NABARD Grade A preparation, then you can visit our website edutab.in. Here we have dedicated courses for the NABARD. The first such course that we have for the Phase 2 is the NABARD Grade A Phase 1 and Phase 2 live crash course. As part of this course, we are going to provide you the live classes, the recorded classes, solve previous year questions, summary sheets, the fodder material for each and every chapter along with the model question and answers, full length mock test and chapter wise test. Apart from that, for those of you who are preparing through self study, we are going to provide the Phase 2 test series also, and as part of this test series we are going to provide you the solve previous year questions, chapter wise mock test, current affair mock test and the full length mock test. So if you're interested, you can check out our website. Especially right now we are celebrating new year, and as part of this we are offering flat 77% off on all our NABARD Grade A courses. You can use the code new year 77. On this note, let us begin our today's session.
Hello everyone and welcome to EduTap. So guys, in this session we'll be discussing the solution for the questions that were given to the aspirants in the exam for NABARD Grade A Phase 2 Descriptive English for the year 2023. So I hope this will help you in your preparation and in your journey ahead. So just understand what sort of questions you might face in the exam and what are the sample solutions that you should write for these answers. So let's begin with the session. The first question was essay writing. So one by one, we'll be discussing all the topics. First topic was how technology and agriculture complement each other, and explain it and also give 5 examples how technology helps agriculture. Second was detrimental effects of social media on intimate social relationships and mental health. Third was cooperative societies transforming rural India, and discuss the importance of work-life balance and why is it necessary. We have also given the PDF of all these sample answers along with this video, so you can read and you can go through all the sample answers thoroughly when if you want to read the answers for these sample questions. But I'll also be telling you briefly what should have been written in most of these answers. So first question was how technology and agriculture. So you could have introduced it: in today's rapidly evolving world, the intersection of technology and agriculture has become increasingly significant. The integration of technology in agriculture has led to a revolution in the way crops are cultivated, harvested, and distributed. This symbiotic relationship between technology and agriculture has proven to be instrumental in addressing the challenges of food security, sustainability, and efficiency in the agriculture sector. Further, you could have written the fundamental aspect of human civilization providing sustenance. So you start with the background, then you come to the to the real point. Agriculture. Technologically, agriculture in India lacks in terms of mechanization, as only 42% mechanization has been achieved as compared to USA with 90%. So we are less than half. India also lacks in grading, branding, and marketing. India lags behind in the research and development funding and innovation in agriculture. As a result, we have fewer yielding varieties of crops and techniques. Now, the 5 examples that should have discussed as solution was: first was precision agriculture. Now, this is important because with precision agriculture, you can create. The use of precision agriculture has transformed farming from a uniform one-size-fits-all approach to a highly customized and efficient process related to the area and the climate. So that is precision agriculture. Second was automated machinery. So automated machinery helps in making the farming intensive, and it will help achieve the task with greater precision and speed, and ultimately leading to increased output and profitability for farmers. Then biotechnology and genetic engineering. Now research and development in genetically modified organisms and genetically modified crops. These are very important for for technology and agriculture to work together. Then next could be data analytics and farm management software. So the software is an AI based apps that are being used by farmers to improve their output and productivity. And then last, sustainable practices in renewable energy. So again, avoiding chemical fertilizers or artificial fertilizer, and using green methods of growing or sowing crops in agriculture and renewable energy. And then last, you could have written in conclusion, the symbiotic relationship between technology and agriculture is reshaping the landscape of food production and sustainability. As we look to the future, the continued integration of technology and agriculture holds immense potential to address global food security challenges, enhance environmental stewardship, and improve the livelihood of farmers worldwide. This partnership between technology and agriculture underscores the imperative of embracing innovation to ensure the resilience and prosperity of the agriculture sector. So this would be a good essay for this topic. The second topic was detrimental effects of social media on intimate social relationships and mental health. Now, in recent years, the pervasive influence of social media on our daily lives has become increasingly apparent. As graduate students, we are uniquely positioned to critically analyze the impact of this digital phenomena on social relationships. So we could start like that. As one of the foremost detrimental consequences of extensive social media use is the detachment it forced us from meaningful offline relationships, right? Then social media's relentless streams of curated content can ignite feelings of self-comparison and envy among users, peer-to-peer pressure, peer comparison that comes into play. Then we can also discuss the superficial nature of social media, uh, of online communication platforms can contribute to the erosion of empathy and emotional connect with the society and the family members. Character limited messages, emojis, and absence of genuine human cues can hinder true understanding and emotional resonance. Now, social media's algorithm driven content distribution makes it easier than ever for individuals to exist within echo chambers, matlab, alone, surrounding by those who think, act, and believe similarly. This leads to reinforcement of existing biases and the suppression of diverse perspectives. Now, despite the illusion of constant connectivity, studies have shown that paradoxical association between excessive social media users and increased feelings of isolation and loneliness. This is true. Now, research indicates that the excessive time spent on social media can result in redirection of attention and energy away from face-to-face relationships. And then you could have written about the consequences of social media, how it may be problematic for. Right. So then in the conclusion, you could have given, while social media platforms have undeniably revolutionized communication and created new opportunities for connection, it is crucial to recognize and address the detrimental effects they have on social relationships. As conscientious graduate students, it is incumbent upon us to critically evaluate our social media habits and promote awareness about the potential pitfalls. By fostering a balanced approach to technology and encouraging a face-to-face interactions, we can strive to mitigate the erosion of genuine human connections caused by excessive reliance on social media. Now, you can also write about the the measures that can be taken by the parents and people in general. Now, third topic was cooperative societies transforming rural India. Now, you can start like this. Cooperative societies have played a significant role in transforming rural India, leading to socio-economic development and empowerment of its inhabitants. Now, these societies act as a platform for collective action, fostering unity and collaboration among individuals within the rural communities. Now, through these initiatives and programs, cooperatives have been instrumental in addressing the challenges faced by rural areas, including poverty, lack of education, and limited access to resources. Right, is the promotion of agriculture development in rural areas. So the key contribution of cooperative society has been the promotion of agriculture rural development in rural areas. Right. Then you can give some stats that 8.55 lakh out of 30 lakh cooperative societies in the world are in India, and about 13 crore people are directly associated with them. And 91% villages in India have some form of cooperatives working in them. We have saved cooperatives in the country, and the government led by BJP has transferred profits from Amul, IFCO, and Cribco directly to farmers' bank accounts. Cooperation has been the lifeblood of Indian culture since the very beginning, and India has given the idea of cooperatives to the world. Now, moreover, cooperatives have been instrumental in promoting entrepreneurship and fostering economic self-reliance in rural India. Then, furthermore, cooperative societies have played a vital role in addressing social issues, particularly in the realms of education and healthcare as well. Right? They have established schools and learning centers providing affordable and accessible education to children in these areas. Similarly, cooperatives have contributed to the improvement of healthcare services system in the rural parts of the country. And more of cooperative societies have fostered community development by promoting social cohesion and collective welfare in rural India. Now, there are some challenges. However, despite the numerous achievements, the success of cooperative societies in transforming rural India is not without challenges and limitations. Poor governance, corruption, mismanagement are some of the issues that often hinder the effective functioning of these societies. Furthermore, inadequate access to technology, uh, And internet connectivity hampers the seamless integration of rural cooperatives with the market economy. Now, these challenges need to be addressed through policy interventions, strengthening the regulatory framework and providing the necessary infrastructure to ensure the sustained impact of cooperative societies in rural India. And in conclusion, you could have written, cooperative societies have emerged as a powerful force in transforming rural India through their contributions in the spheres of agriculture, entrepreneurship, education, healthcare, and community development. These societies have catalyzed socio-economic progress, empowering individuals and improving their overall well-being. However, addressing the challenges and limitations that hinder the effective functioning of cooperative societies is crucial for ensuring their continued success in creating a prosperous and inclusive rural India. Now, the fourth topic was to discuss the importance of work-life balance and why is it necessary. This was a management-based topic. So you could have started in today's fast-paced world, achieving a harmonious work-life balance has become an essential aspect of modern life. As a graduate school student, it is crucial to understand the significance of maintaining a balance between professional commitments and personal well-being. This essay will discuss the work-life balance is vital for graduate students, emphasizing its impacts on overall productivity, mental and physical health, relationships, and personal fulfillment. Now, finding equilibrium between work and personal life nurtures productivity, right? So this can be discussed. Then maintaining work-life balance is crucial for preserving mental well-being, especially for students like who face academic pressures. Burnout, stress, anxiety are common challenges, but by dedicating time to self-care, pursuing hobbies, and engaging in social activities, individuals can alleviate these issues. Neglecting personal health amidst rigorous academic commitments can lead to numerous health issues as well. So you could discuss that. Now, work-life balance is not just about personal fulfillment, but also about fostering and preserving meaningful relationships as well. So that is also important. That should be taken care by work-life balance. An unbalanced lifestyle leads to neglecting personal growth and self-reflection. By incorporating time for personal development, graduate students can engage in introspection and goal setting and self-improvement activities. Then work-life balance is a catalyst for for creativity and innovation. By indulging in activities beyond academic and professional boundaries, graduate students expose themselves to new experiences, perspectives, and ideas. So this can be written. And in conclusion, you can write, it is not a luxury but a necessity for students and for people aiming to thrive academically, professionally, and personally. Striking equilibrium between work responsibilities, personal well-being fosters productivity, improves mental and physical health, strengthens the relationship, promotes personal growth. So recognizing and implementing strategies to establish a healthy work-life balance is not essential for any student, but it lays the foundation for a fulfilling and successful future in all aspects of life. So this could be the solutions for your essays. Now, second question was Precis writing. Let's read the passage first and then we'll see the sample solution. Moreover, the demand for personalized experience has also fueled changes in social media marketing. Users now expect brands to understand their preferences and deliver tailored content. This has led to the integration of advanced analytics tools in social media marketing strategies, allowing companies to collect and analyze. I think we are missing one page. Right, this is the first page. Oh, sorry. So we skipped one slide here, guys. I'm starting from the beginning now. Over the past decade, the landscape of marketing has undergone a significant transformation with the advent of social media. The impact of social media marketing cannot be overstated as it has revolutionized the way brands engage with their audience and convey their messages. However, social media platforms and users' behavior on them are constantly evolving, and as a result, social media marketing strategies have had to adapt to these changes. This essay explores the ways in which social media marketing is changing, encompassing factors such as the rise of influencer marketing, the prominence of video content, the need for personalized experiences, and the focus on social responsibility. One major change in social media marketing is the emergence and rapid growth of influencer marketing. Influencers, individuals who have amassed significant online followings, have become a key players in promoting brands and products. Now, these influencers, often trusted by their followers, have leveraged their personal brands to create partnerships with companies, fostering authentic connections between brands and consumers. As the influence of traditional advertising declines, more brands are shifting their marketing budgets towards collaborating with influencers. So that is one good point. Another significant evolution in social media marketing is the increasing prominence of video content. Platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok have enabled the creation and dissemination of short, engaging videos, capturing the attention of users. Video content has proven to be more effective in capturing brand messages, generating higher engagement rates, and increasing conversion rates. With the rise of stories, reels, and live videos, brands are now incorporating video content to their social media strategies more than ever before. Moreover, The demand for personalized experiences has also fueled changes in social media marketing. Users now expect brands to understand their preferences and deliver tailored content. This has led to the integration of advanced analytics tools in social media marketing strategies, allowing companies to collect and analyze data on users' behavior, interests, and demographics. By leveraging this data, brands can deliver personalized content, recommendations, and advertisements, enhancing customer experiences and ultimately driving conversions. Social responsibility has also become a focal point in the changing landscape of social media marketing. With society becoming more aware of environmental, social, and political issues, consumers are increasingly supporting brands that align with their values. This has led to the rise of purpose driven marketing, where brands actively communicate their commitment to social responsibility. Social media platforms provide an ideal space for brands to amplify their social initiatives, showcase their contributions, and engage in meaningful conversations with their audience. One way these challenges are being facilitated is through advancement in technology and social media algorithms. Artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms are becoming essential tools for optimizing campaigns, identifying trends, and personalizing content. These technologies can analyze vast amounts of data and improve targeting accuracy. Additionally, social media platforms have introduced features such as smart targeting, augmented reality filters, and chatbots, providing more sophisticated and interactive experiences for both brands and users. So that was the passage all about. So it was discussing how social media is not used to consume content, but it is used to basically promote brands. So further it was written, however, it is important to acknowledge that social media marketing has its drawbacks and challenges. As more brands invest in social media advertising, competition for visibility and engagement continues to grow. This results in rising advertisement costs and a cluttered digital space, which can make it difficult for brands to stand out. Consequently, marketers need to constantly adapt and refine their strategies to cut through the noise and effectively reach their target audience. In conclusion, social media marketing is continuously changing as social media platforms and user behavior evolve. The rise of influencer marketing, the prominence of video content, the demand for personalized experiences, and the focus on social responsibility have played significant roles in this transition. Technology advancements and the integration of artificial intelligence have further supported these changes. However, as competition intensifies, brands must remain agile and innovative to effectively navigate their ever evolving landscape of social media marketing. Now, what could be a sample solution for this? The title could be Emergence of Social Media Marketing. Now, what could be the Precis? Social media marketing has significantly transformed the way brands engage with their audience and convey their messages. Influencer marketing has become a key player in promoting brands and products and fostering authentic connections between brands and consumers. Video content has played more prominent, capturing user attention and generating higher engagement rates. The demand for personalized experiences has led to the integration of advanced analytics tools, allowing brands to deliver tailored content and recommendations. Social responsibility has become a focal point, with consumers increasingly supporting brands aligning with their values. Advancement in technology and social media algorithms such as artificial intelligence and machine learning are facilitating these changes. However, competition for visibility and engagement continues to grow, leading to rising advertising costs and a cluttered digital space. Marketers must constantly adapt and refine their strategies to effectively reach their target audience. In conclusion, social media marketing is constantly evolving as platforms and users' behavior evolve. So this could be a good sample Precis for the passage. Right, so this was 150 words, and we need to make sure that we follow the word limit in Precis writing. Now, third question was letter writing. Again, the word limit was 150 words. So I'll show you the sample solution. You can read through the letters. They're always subjective. You know, the topics change every year, but you can see what sort of topics and you get and what could be the sample solution. So first was write a letter to your resident welfare association for creating a library in the locality. Second was write a letter to the electricity board regarding the mismatch of address in your electric bill, asking to rectify it. And third was write a letter to your manager to congratulate him for being promoted and telling him about the role he played in your career. So let's look at the sample solution. You can see the sender's address, receiver's address. Then I trust this correspondence starting with advancing our community through a library. I trust this correspondence finds each of you in good health and high spirits. I'm honored to present a significant proposal that will undoubtedly bring immense benefits to all residents, the establishment of a state-of-the-art library within our beloved locality. Beyond its physical existence as a building housing books, A library represents an empowering space capable of instilling knowledge, fostering lifelong learning, and cultivating resiliency among community members. It will serve as not just a conduit for intellectual growth, but also as an epicenter for social cohesion. Introducing such a dedicated facility within our vicinity promises to elevate both individual experiences and overall quality of life through our community. Now, allow me to elucidate several key reasons to build a library: unrestricted access to knowledge, educational support, nurturing bonds among residents, and personal development. Then you give the closing salutation. I humbly beseech the Resident Welfare Association's esteemed members to evaluating my proposal regarding the establishment of a transformative library within our vicinity. And then you can give the final conclusion. Thank you profoundly for considering my proposal. Eagerly waiting for your positive response. Together as a united force, let us transform our church locality into an epitome of enlightenment, provoking knowledge, transferal and lifelong learning opportunities. Thanking you. Regards, Subjit Roy. Second topic was regarding mismatch in address for your electric bill. Now you can start. This is to inform that we have recently owned the flat 34A Henry Park Society, Epsom Road, New Delhi in the month of January. Entire electricity bill for the previous months were already paid off. As there were amendments and changes that need to be done in our name last month, we have been working on the same. Being the new owner of the flat, we had to legally transfer the rights to get the bill in our house owner's name. I have attached all the required proofs and documents that were needed to process the new upcoming electricity bill in our credentials. After all the activities and procedures, we also had the confirmation from the electricity office stating that the changes are done and all the further billings will be done on the given credentials. In February, we received the bill on time and all the details were correctly mentioned as stated in your supported documents. But at the same time, the bill was including the amount due for the month of December last year also. Though the same was being paid off from the former owner flat, as per the discussion held with one of your offices, I'm again attaching the proof of residence along with other documents so that you can rectify the errors made by in the electric bill. Please let me know if you need any further information and this can be done. Then third topic was to congratulate your senior for his retirement. So I'm writing to extend my warmest congratulations on your well-deserved retirement. It is with great joy and a touch of sadness that I bid farewell to a manager who has played such a significant role in shaping my career. During your tenure as a manager, you have consistently exemplified your professionalism, dedication, and a genuine commitment to the growth and success of your team members. Your leadership style, characterized by fairness, guidance, and encouragement, has fostered an environment where each employee feels valued and motivated to excel. I'm particularly grateful for the opportunities you have provided me to take on challenging projects, expand my skill set, and assume greater responsibilities. Your unnerving support and belief in my abilities have been instrumental in my professional development, and I'm confident that the invaluable lessons I've learned under your guidance will continue to propel me forward in my career. As you embark on this new chapter in your life, I wish you an abundance of joy, relaxation, and fulfillment. May your retirement be filled with endless moments of happiness and the realization of your dreams. Thank you once again for your exceptional leadership and mentorship. You will be greatly missed, but your legacy will undoubtedly endure. Sincerely, Raghre Singh, Junior Manager. So this is how you write your formal letters when you are writing your answers in the exam.
Hi everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to this video. I hope your preparation for NABARD Grade A is going well and you all have now decided that you have to prepare for this exam and you might be actively preparing for this. Now when we prepare for any examination, it's very important that we know which kind or with the type of question that are being asked in this examination. So we have already covered phase 1 PYQ of 2023 NABARD Grade A exam, and in this video I and Gurkeerat sir will be discussing phase 2 NABARD Grade A 2023 previous year question of ESI and ARD, that is objective part. Okay, so that is the agenda of this video so that you guys can see what type of questions are being asked. Not only we are going to discuss the type of questions or the questions that were there, we are also going to tell you about the difficulty level, which questions you have to attempt, what type of question you have to leave. Not only that, at the end we are going to discuss topic-wise distribution as well as the difficulty level of each question. So that's the agenda of this video. But before I start, I request Gurkeerat sir to please take ahead. First, I will be taking up your ARD questions that are of 2 marker, right? So let's start with first question. So very first question is from ARD current affair part. You can see a paragraph based question is there, and you might know that in phase 2 examination you get 2 marker and 1 marker type of question. So these paragraph type of questions are basically 2 marker type of questions, right? So there was a paragraph regarding PACS, okay, computerization of PACS. Now first question is very easy question from this paragraph, that PAX has been mentioned in the above paragraph. What does PAX stand for? So it's very easy question. Just you have been asked full form of PAX, which is Primary Agriculture Credit Society. Now, if I tell you about the difficulty level of this question, it is very easy, right? It is doable, and here you can score good marks, right? Now here the next question is regarding the center has announced a 47-member committee under former Union Minister Dash to prepare national cooperation policy to promote a cooperative-based economic development model. Now here you have been asked to name a minister, Union Minister, right? Now if I talk about this question, this is a difficult level question because usually we do not remember the ministers involved in these things, right? तो इस क्वेश्चन को मैं डिफिकल्ट लेवल क्वेश्चन बोलूंगी बिकॉज हेयर minister name has been asked to you, but yes, if you know the answer you can attempt it, otherwise such question can be skipped, right? Now next question is regarding again the same. In order to make PAX self-reliant and in tune with Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, the government of India has on 29th June 2022 approved the centrally sponsored project for the computerization of PAX for the period of. Now again I would say easy to moderate level question. Here answer will be 5 years. You have been asked target year, right? So usually we cover these things. Usually we have seen such questions are being asked in these examination, and this thing we cover while we read about these things, right? So it's a easy to moderate type of question. Now next question is regarding which of the following is the implementing agency for the centrally sponsored project for the computerization of Primary Agriculture Credit Society. Answer is NABARD. Again a very easy question, right? So this is a question regarding your ARD current affair, which is a paragraph based. Now next question was asked from ARD static, again a paragraph based question, and this question was based on rice cultivation. Here a whole paragraph was given and there were two fill in the blanks, and you have to answer the question based on these blanks, right? So question, the blank one was plowing is dash operation which is performed to cut, break and invert the soil partially or completely suitable for sowing seed. Now what is this plowing? Plowing in rice is a primary tillage operation, a very easy topic. Tillage usually we cover in ARD static, right? So here answer will be primary tillage, and the difficulty level of this question will be, I would say, is easy, right? Now next question is regarding dash is used for churning the soil with standing water while preparing field for paddy transplantation. It is used after completing an initial plowing with an iron plow or country plow. Here the equipment, the implement have been asked to you कि कौन सा implement use होता है for puddling purpose in rice, and answer will be puddler, right? Again a easy to moderate level question, कोई ज़्यादा difficulty नहीं है यहाँ पे answer करने में. Now next question was regarding objective of tillage in rice. Now here if you know why tillage is done in rice, then again a very easy question. But if you do not know the clear objective of rice, because here you might get confused कि the puddling, how this puddling is useful in soil and water conservation, right? But let me tell you, it is useful in soil and water conservation. So seed bed preparation, weed control, soil and water conservation, to remove hard pan, all these will be the objective of puddling, right? So here students, not only you have to learn the things, but also you have to know the concepts. आप देख सकते हो concept से भी questions पूछे गए हैं. अगर आपको objective नहीं अच्छे से पढ़ता है, then you won't be able to answer such question. Talking about next question, which is from ARD current affair. Recently, Indian Institute of Millet Research has established a center of excellence for the promotion of millets in which of the following place. So 2023 was celebrated as International Millet Year. So millet से question आना ही था. यहाँ पे आपको center of excellence पूछा गया कहाँ पे establish हुआ था, and answer was Hyderabad, right? I hope now till now you have understood the type of 2 marker question asked from ARD current affair as well as ARD static. Now I'll ask Gurpreet sir to take over.
Thank you, ma'am. So now guys, when I talk about your current affairs part, obviously if you see the paper of 2023, it was not that of an examination where I will say the paper of current affair was out of the box. No, it was on an expected line. You can see the first question on Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act scheme. It's a very important scheme, guys. We have been talking about this scheme whenever we talk about NABARD because it is clearly defined in the syllabus of NABARD examination. So if my dear friends, you are preparing for NABARD examination and somehow यू आर थिंकिंग कि नरेगा स्कीम छोड़ देते हैं, तो भाई फिर तो आप मत पढ़ो, क्योंकि आपको हर साल इस पे क्वेश्चन देखने को मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. हाँ, लेवल डिफिकल्ट ऊपर नीचे होता रहेगा, बिकॉज यहाँ पे तो पैराग्राफ बेस्ड क्वेश्चन था. एंड इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन दैट हैज बीन आस्क्ड, नाउ सी, all of us know that this scheme is important. We will be covering this scheme. अब पॉइंट क्या होता है कि नाबार्ड एवरी ईयर यूज टू आस्क सम ऑफ दैट सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस जहां पे थोड़ा सा आपको अपने आप को टेस्ट करना पड़ता है. लुक एट द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन वाज हाउ मेनी डेज ऑफ वेज एम्प्लॉयमेंट इज प्रोवाइडेड फॉर द हाउसहोल्ड्स लिविंग इन फॉरेस्ट एरिया, नॉट इन डॉट एरिया, फॉरेस्ट एरिया पूछा. तो क्या था आंसर? आंसर था 150 डेज मिलते हैं वहां पे. बट अगेन it's a moderate level paper. It's not an easy question that has been asked. It's a difficult, I would say it's a moderate level question that has been asked. कि फॉरेस्ट एरिया जनरली आप नहीं पढ़ते, आप ड्रॉट एरियाज पढ़ते हो या फिर आप नॉर्मल डेज पढ़ते हो. कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आई वुड से इज अ वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन गाइस, वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. Under the NAREGA, additional 50 days are being provided for over and above 100 days. Simply that is in drought and natural calamity areas. Here very easy question, nothing to be seen here. बहुत आसान क्वेश्चन आया था. अब आते हैं अगले क्वेश्चन के ऊपर. ये वाला क्वेश्चन भी थोड़ा सा मॉडरेट लेवल का क्वेश्चन है, बिकॉज यहां पे भी आपको अपने आप को अगर आपने पढ़ा है तभी कर पाओगे, अदरवाइज ये क्वेश्चन ऐसे हैं अगर आपने नहीं अच्छी तरह पढ़ी, स्कीम ऊपर ऊपर से पढ़े, तो ये क्वेश्चन आप छोड़ दोगे, ये आप छोड़ दोगे, नहीं कर पाओगे. अब मैं आपको हमेशा बताता हूं, जब मैंने नरेगा स्कीम आपके साथ पढ़ी भी थी, व्हेन वी हैव डिस्कस्ड दैट स्कीम इन गवर्नमेंट स्कीम सेशन आल्सो, कि इट हैज बीन सेड दैट it said if the demand employment is not provided within 15 days, obviously you will be getting unemployment allowance. So how that is going to be provided? This is what it is being said here. Unemployment allowance of at least how much of minimum wage will be provided for first 30 days and dash of minimum age for the remaining financial year, that is 1/4 and half year. Again, it's a moderate level question and not that much easy, but obviously अगर आपने अच्छी तरह पढ़ी होगी इसकी तो आप इन क्वेश्चन को कर सकते थे. अब यार आते हैं फाइनल क्वेश्चन के ऊपर. ये क्वेश्चन ऐसा था in the year of 2023, which I also personally say I do not know why NABARD has asked this question. As of now, I do not know. Okay, there is no clear-cut demarcation of this question where it is being said that which among the following initiatives are organized at ward and gram panchayat at least once a month for creating awareness about the employment generation in rural areas. अब यहाँ पे उन्होंने किया क्या है? NAREGA is a scheme which is talking about employment generation at rural area. So what they have done is they have basically, it's not a question for directly from the scheme. It's a question that is a practical based question that has been asked to you. अब ग्रामीण एरियाज में क्या होता है? चौपाल दिवस होता है, रोजगार होता है, सहयोग होता है, सारथी होता है, सहायक होता है. तो एक्चुअल में हर ग्रामीण एरिया में हर महीने में एक ग्राम रोजगार दिवस मनाया जाता है, to basically creating awareness about the schemes that has been launched by the Rural Development Ministry for employment generation. अब क्योंकि नरेगा स्कीम भी रूरल डेवलपमेंट के अंदर आती है, तो मे बी इन कंटेक्स्ट ऑफ दैट दे हैव मेड दिस क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, बट अगेन मैं बोल रहा हूं अच्छी तरह पढ़ के जाना. 24 में तो कंप्लीट बाउंसर आया था ना सबको, व्हेन दे हैव आस्क्ड क्वेश्चन ऑफ नरेगा फ्रॉम इकोनॉमिक सर्वे. सो विच मींस दिस इज वन स्कीम जहां पे जो भी न्यूज में चल रहा है यू शुड हैव एन आइडिया. Let's come to the next question, that is from ESI current affairs. Majority of students always ask me question whether we have to prepare ESI current affairs for 2 marker or not. You should prepare. You can see the example in front of you. National Sickle Cell Anemia Mission launch हुआ था यूनिट बजट 2023 में with a very important objective कि 2047 तक हमें सिकल सेल डिजीज को एलिमिनेट करना है, और यही इन्होंने पूछा भी है. ठीक है, look at the point. Mission has been launched in Shahadol, distributing sickle cell genetic status here, and by we want that by 2047 we want to eliminate this thing. यहीं से हमें आइडिया लगे थे कौन सा मिशन है. पहला क्वेश्चन इजी, सिकल सेल एनीमिया मिशन. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन, इट वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट द की फीचर्स ऑफ द प्रोग्राम. व्हाट आर द प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स दैट हैव बीन मेंशन्ड इन द अबव पैराग्राफ विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस स्पेसिफिक इनिशिएटिव है. अब पूछा गया स्ट्रेंथनिंग ऑफ स्क्रीनिंग एंड टेस्टिंग होगी, हेल्थ प्रमोशन अवेयरनेस जनरेशन की जाएगी, प्री मैरिटल जेनेटिक काउंसलिंग की जाएगी, स्ट्रेंथनिंग की जाएगी लेबोरेटरी सर्विसेज फॉर डायग्नोसिस. अब यार इस तरह की चीजें अगर आप इस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम में पढ़ रहे हो, whenever you talk about any recent initiative being launched by the government of India, we should be aware about what this program is actually wants to do. That is why I always say to you guys, start understanding current affairs. अंडरस्टैंड करो ESI ERD करंट अफेयर्स को, रट्टा मत मारो. PACS वाला जो क्वेश्चन मैं आपने आपसे अभी डिस्कस किया ना, वो दिसंबर 2022 से स्टार्ट हुआ था, आपका पेपर अक्टूबर के आसपास हुआ है. Until September 2023 the PACS was continuously seen in news. अब उन्होंने उन्हीं चीजों को मिक्स किया है स्टार्टिंग क्वेश्चन में. यहां पे भी उन्होंने आपसे बेसिक पूछा कि अगर सिकल सेल डिसीज को कंट्रोल करना है तो ऑब्वियसली क्या करोगे, कुछ प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स तो लोगे. दे हैव आस्क्ड दिस क्वेश्चन ओनली टू यू. दिस इज हाउ वेन एवर आई टॉक अबाउट योर करंट अफेयर्स. तो यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन ऐसा नहीं कि आपको कुछ बहुत क्रैम करना है. You understand, you can give the answer here. So that's again a moderate level question that has been asked here. Then the question was, which of the following statements are correct? The first statement is on eligibility criteria here. So people from 0 to 18 years of age are eligible to avail the benefits here. It shall incrementally include the entire population up to 45 नहीं था, up to 35 years था, as part of National Health Mission. ठीक है जी. फिर था द मिशन नेम्स टू कवर 7 करोड़ पीपल विद स्क्रीनिंग काउंसलिंग फॉर प्रिवेंशन. तो ये बिल्कुल सही था. तो ये अगेन मिशन करना क्या चाहता है, एलिजिबिलिटी क्या है, वहां से क्वेश्चन हमसे आपसे आप पे पूछा गया था. अगेन आई वुड से दैट्स अ डूएबल क्वेश्चन हियर. तो देन दिस इज तो ऑलरेडी हैज बीन मेंशन्ड इन द पैराग्राफ आल्सो. कौन से ईयर तक का टारगेट था, 2040. इट्स अ वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. ओके, सो नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन दैट हैज बीन आस्क्ड. दैट इज अ क्वेश्चन दैट इज बेसिकली बीइंग asked to us, जहां पे क्या किया गया, एक पैराग्राफ बना के उससे क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया उन्होंने. ठीक है, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू लुक एट दिस क्वेश्चन हियर, इट इज बीइंग सेड दैट यूनियन फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर निर्मला सीतारमन हैज अनाउंस्ड about the allocation of rupees 2248 crore against the corresponding of 1624 crore rupees here. ठीक है जी. She has announced a new central sector scheme under प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना. And when you have discussed about that thing in the budget of 2023, कौन सी स्कीम आई थी, ये वाली प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य किसान समृद्धि सहाय योजना, जिसकी गाइडलाइन 23 में आई है. सॉरी इन 24 द गाइडलाइंस हैव कम अक्रॉस. 24 जनवरी में गाइडलाइंस आई थी. बट उससे पहले क्या था, 2023 में ये स्कीम अनाउंस हो चुकी थी. और उन्होंने डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आपसे सिंपल यही पूछा कि कौन सी सब स्कीम आ रही है. विच मीन्स इफ अ स्कीम इज सीन इन न्यूज, उसके ऊपर कुछ चेंजेस हो रही हैं, तो वो आपके एग्जाम में डायरेक्ट पूछी जा सकती हैं. इट्स अगेन अ डूएबल क्वेश्चन, आई वुड से इजी क्वेश्चन, बिकॉज 23 का पेपर का मैं बात करूं, अगर आपने पढ़ा होगा तो इतना मुश्किल पेपर नहीं था करंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू में. स्टैटिक में ऑब्वियसली देयर आर सम थिंग्स व्हिच यू माइट नीड टू नो. And now I come to the question number 18th here. I think that is where Shamli ma'am will be taking you forward here from these questions which are basically from ARD static here. Now over to you.
Thank you, sir. So the next question is from ARD static, and this is the question from soil and water conservation chapter. Now students, earlier the different type of questions have been seen from this chapter, but now usually conservation part से आते थे, but इस time पे आपको saline soil, problematic soil से question पूछे गए, and there was a paragraph based on that, and you have to answer few questions based on that paragraph, right? Now this was unexpected, this is a change in trend, I would say, of ARD static that has been seen in phase 2. phase 2 में थोड़ा सा आते ही है क्वेश्चन जो थोड़ा सा प्रेडिक्टेबल नहीं होते हैं. सेम दिस वाज द क्वेश्चन दैट वाज आस्क्ड टू यू, बिकॉज बिफोर देयर वर नो क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड फ्रॉम द प्रॉब्लमैटिक सॉइल, राइट? सो हियर द क्वेश्चन वाज रिगार्डिंग what is the pH and electrical conductivity of saline soil, right? So saline soil की pH and electrical conductivity, so pH is 7 to 8.5 and electrical conductivity is more than 4, right? Now students, next question, less than 4. Next question is saline soil has dash gram per liter of sodium. Now students, this was a very difficult level question, I would say, because this is something which has been taken from a report of Food and Agriculture Organization, right? So this was a very difficult question because बहुत rarely ये data available होता है. And इस question को, such question you have to leave. You don't have to attempt it if you do not know the answer, right? So these are some difficult level question that has been incorporated to increase the difficulty level of this exam, right? So next is, which of the following process lead to accumulation of sodium in soil? So again, a different form of question that has been asked. Usually these processes were not asked in the examination, but here you have been asked the process which lead to accumulation of soil, and that is known as salinization, right? So you have to learn all these processes as well. You have to learn about all the problematic soil for your coming examination. So this tells us that phase 2 is a little bit unpredictable in nature when it comes to ARD static. There can be some detail or there can be in-depth question asked to you in your phase 2. So you have to be prepared for that, right? So अपनी जो preparation है उसको इस तरीके से करना है कि phase 2 के लिए भी आप ARD static के लिए तैयार रहें. Now these are the questions which are of 1 marker in nature. So question was, which of the following is a complex fertilizer? Again, a moderate level question, not a very difficult level question. We already covered nutrient and fertilizer in soil and water conservation chapter. Answer for this question was DAP, that is diammonium phosphate, right? Now next question was regarding a breed that was asked to you. So this breed was of sheep. Now again, not a very common breed. So I would say This question was of moderate level. Next question is regarding a cropping system where you have been given in which of the following cropping pattern 4 crops are grown but 1 crop is cultivated before the harvest of previous crop. A repeated question that has been seen. Phase 1 में भी, phase 2 में भी कई बार ये question पूछा गया है based on relay cropping. So our answer was relay intercropping, right? Next question was regarding the fish cultivation. So is in which of the following culture system more than one type of fish is cultivated? So it will be polyculture, right? Polyculture is where we are cultivating more than one type of fish. Next question, again a very easy to moderate level question. Next question is the idea of the establishment of Krishi Vigyan Kendra was developed by which of the following committee? Very easy question again from rural development chapter. So it's Mohan Singh Mehta committee, right? So I hope it's clear. Now next I'll ask sir to take ahead.
थैंक यू मैम. सो नाउ गाइस लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दिस थिंग हियर. अब नाबार्ड में स्कीम्स पूछी जाती हैं, हम सबको पता है. एंड ऑब्वियसली इफ यू आर प्रिपेयर, इफ यू आर अ सीरियस एस्पिरेंट ऑफ नाबार्ड एंड इफ समहाउ अगर आपको लग रहा है कि मुझे नाबार्ड एग्जामिनेशन की तैयारी करनी चाहिए, तो मैं आपसे एक चीज़ बोलूँगा. अगर एक ऐसा चीज़ है जो आपको बिल्कुल नहीं छोड़नी है, वो है गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स. यू कैन सी द क्वेश्चन हैज बीन आस्क्ड ऑन नरेगा. यू कैन सी हियर now there also they have started asking question on those schemes जो कि recently news में थी और launch हुई थी. PM Vishwakarma scheme is one of that scheme which was launched that year. Look at the question that has been asked. It's a case study based question, but it's a very easy question. Very easy question. Why I am saying it's an easy question? Just understand that. Which of the following persons are eligible to get the benefits of PM Vishwakarma Yojana here? And look at the statements. It says Ram, who is a rubber artisan, an artist involved in toy making, and third is saying a girl tailor whose husband is a class 6 clerk in government department. We know it's a very, very simple thing. Whenever we heard about the about eligibility criteria under governments under the PM Vishwakarma scheme, it has been clearly defined that government servant is not a part of this scheme. चाहे वो आर्टिजन हो, कुछ भी, अगर वो गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट है तो पार्ट नहीं होंगे. तो यहाँ पे सिंपल चीज है. अब वो क्या आपको सारे फॉर्म्स ऑफ ट्रेड याद रखने? नहीं. अब यहाँ पे अराउंड 18 ट्रेड फॉर्म्स है जिसको हमने इनिशियली पिकअप किया था फॉर दी PM विश्वकर्मा स्कीम. अब क्या मैं आपसे बोलूं कि रबड़ आर्टिजन, टॉय आर्टिजन देख के आप 18 ट्रेड्स याद कीजिए? नहीं करना है, क्योंकि वो याद ही नहीं होंगे. इट्स अ इम्प्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. और वही चीज हम आपको सेशन में भी बताते हैं. ट्राई टू थिंक प्रैक्टिकल इन अ स्कीम, and if you are thinking practical, you can easily give me the answer. That answer will be option number C, 1 and 2, because government servants are not a part here. Now let's come to the next important thing here. ठीक है जी, that is National Overseas Schemes for Scheduled Caste, which is the sub scheme of the umbrella scheme Shreyas here. ठीक है. अब देखिए यहाँ पे क्या लिखा, पर्सन इज विलिंग टू डू PhD फ्रॉम लंदन. हमें पता था कि यहाँ पे सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट क्या है कि आपको जो भी श्रेय स्कीम के अंदर स्कॉलरशिप्स मिलते हैं वो इसीलिए मिलते हैं अगर आप इंडिया के अंदर काम कर रहे हो, फॉर दी स्कॉलरशिप्स फॉर इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूशंस. तो ये पहली स्टेटमेंट वहीं से गलत होगी कि बाहर का इंस्टीट्यूशन है तो गलत हो जाएगा. सेकंड इज एन अंडर ग्रेजुएट प्रोफेशनल हुज एनुअल इनकम इज ₹7.5 लाख. तो 8 लाख से कम इनकम होनी चाहिए आपकी. ये वाला स्टेटमेंट सही है. अ पर्सन विलिंग टू परस्यू मास्टर्स इन साइंस, दैट इज एब्सोल्युटली राइट, बिकॉज इट इज बेसिकली गिवन फॉर दोज पर्संस हु आर ट्राइंग टू परस्यू दिस ग्रेजुएशन और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन. बेसिकली कहाँ पे, अगर आप इनोवेटिव कल्चर में कर रहे हो, साइंस में कर रहे हो, तो बिल्कुल सही है. It's about the eligibility criteria, and this is where the answer is option number C, 2 and 3. Now here guys, if you understand from these questions, the important point for you to note down here is, जब भी आप गवर्नमेंट स्कीम की बात करते हो, बहुत बच्चे क्रैम कैसे करना है, रट्टा कैसे मारना, उसके बारे में सोचते हैं, जो कि रिक्वायरमेंट ही नहीं है इस एग्जाम की. इस एग्जाम में एक ही रिक्वायरमेंट है कि आपको चीजें कितनी समझ आ रही है और कितना बेटर आप अंडरस्टैंड कर रहे हो. चाहे वो आप ARD स्टैटिक की बात करोगे, चाहे वो आप ARD करंट अफेयर्स की बात करोगे, चाहे वो आप ESA करंट अफेयर्स की बात करोगे. अगर आप चीजों को समझ रहे हो और समझते समझते यू गेट अक्रॉस अ पॉइंट के ये तो पार्ट ऑफ द स्कीम है, कोर ऑफ द स्कीम है, मुझे पता होना चाहिए, यू कैन गेट द आंसर्स. दिस इज व्हाट इट इज बीइंग सेड हियर, दिस इज व्हाट यू कैन सी फ्रॉम हियर आल्सो. ठीक है जी. अब आते हैं अगला क्वेश्चन. यार ये तो मुझे लगता है सबसे आसान क्वेश्चन था. मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पंचायती राज इज वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग मेंशन्ड इन द सिलेबस, और नाबार्ड अपने सिलेबस से बाहर नहीं भागता है. लुक एट द क्वेश्चन. डैश एम्स टू प्रोवाइड द रिकॉर्ड ऑफ राइट्स टू विलेज हाउसहोल्ड्स ओनर्स possessing houses in inhabited areas called the abadis in some state with legal ownership, that is यहाँ स्वामित्व स्कीम में सबसे पहला पॉइंट ये आता है कि आबादी एरियाज भी यहाँ पे कवर होते हैं. दैट इज फ्रॉम स्वामित्व स्कीम ऑफ मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पंचायती राज. फिर आ जाता है जी बजट एंड इकोनॉमिक सर्वे में क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था, विच अमंग द फॉलोइंग प्रोग्राम हैज बीन अनाउंस्ड विद एन आउटले ऑफ 2200 crore रुपीज टू बूस्ट द क्वालिटी प्लांटिंग मटेरियल. The initiative name was Atmanirbhar Bharat Horticulture Clean Plant Program that was unveiled during that year's Unit Budget and Economic Survey. तो बजट भी हमें यहाँ पे पढ़ना है. अगला क्वेश्चन है जी, which scheme aims to provide financial support to street vendors to resume their livelihoods and help them become self-reliant? PM Swanidhi scheme. अब मैं आपको यहाँ से दो चीजें बताता हूँ. I hope you might have watched the video of 2024 examination also. Have you watched the descriptive question of that? There was a descriptive question which is, I think it was a 10-mark question जहाँ पे दो schemes पूछी थी. PM Swanidhi scheme, PM विश्वकर्मा scheme. They have asked you a descriptive question. तो इसका मतलब जो स्कीम्स आपको पुराने पेपर्स में दिख रही हैं या जो न्यूज में दिख रही हैं, उनको सिर्फ आपको ऑब्जेक्टिव पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से प्रिपेयर नहीं करना, आपको उनको डिस्क्रिप्टिव पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी प्रिपेयर करना है. ठीक है. सो दिस इज समथिंग यू हैव टू लर्न फ्रॉम दिस एग्जामिनेशन. यही ऑब्जेक्टिव भी था. तो इफ वी सी ओवरऑल, इफ आई एंड शामली कंक्लूड दिस पॉइंट हियर, द पॉइंट हियर इज गाइस, इट्स नॉट इट ऑब्वियसली इन द ईयर ऑफ 2023 इट वाज अ मॉडरेट लेवल पेपर, इट वाज नॉट एन इजी पेपर. ठीक है जी. बट मैं ये नहीं कहूंगा कि अगर आप 23 से 24 में जंप करोगे तो ऑब्वियसली कुछ शॉकर्स आपको देखने को मिले जो कि यहां से स्टार्ट हुए थे. मैं एग्जांपल देता हूं. फर्स्ट पॉइंट, पीएसीएस पे पैराग्राफ बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है. इससे पहले कहीं भी एग्रीकल्चर करंट अफेयर पे पैराग्राफ बेस्ड क्वेश्चन हमने 23 से पहले बहुत कम देखे थे. तो फुल फ्लेज पैराग्राफ बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है जो कि 2024 में भी आए, नाबार्ड की स्कीम्स भी आए. अब वो क्या था, पूरा क्वेश्चन नहीं आया. इट वॉज अ मिक्सचर ऑफ एआरडी करंट अफेयर्स एंड एआरडी स्टैटिक. यू कैन विटनेस इन 2024. तो यहां से वो चीज स्टार्ट हुई थी. अब 2025 में भी आप ये एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो. कमिंग टू द क्वेश्चंस दैट इज ऑन स्कीम्स दे आर आस्किंग, ऑब्वियसली नाउ 2020 अगर मैं 4 की बात करूं तो वहां पे स्कीम्स का लेवल डिफिकल्ट था बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं ईएसआई स्टैटिक कॉमिक्स की है. तो अब ये एग्जामिनेशन कैसे इवॉल्व हो रहा है जहां पे आपको स्टैटिक और करंट दोनों का रिलेशन बनाना आना चाहिए. पीएससीएस इज ऑब्वियसली अ स्टैटिक पार्ट, बट ऑब्वियसली व्हेन इट इज सीन इन न्यूज इट बिकम्स अ टॉपिक ऑफ करंट अफेयर्स आल्सो. With respect to ARD setting, I think Shamli ma'am will be concluding, and then before we leave you, we have something special for you, and then we will wrap up the session, guys.
Okay, so before I talk about the trend of ARD static, I wanted to make one correction. So I think मैंने शायद saline soil का pH, electrical conductivity less than 4 बोल दिया था, but it's more than 4, right? For sodic soil it is less than 4. So do make that correction here. But now let's talk about the trend of ARD static. So students, earlier the questions from ARD static in your phase 2 were very direct, but from 2023 onward we have seen that there are some questions which are in depth in nature, means require in depth knowledge of agriculture. So अब ये नहीं बोल सकते कि आप सिर्फ basic agriculture पढ़ के phase 2 का exam clear कर सकते हो, especially of ARD static. That requires a core agriculture knowledge. So now what to do in that case? So students, in that case, whatever topic you are picking, whatever topic you are reading, please try to read in that topic in a quite detailed manner, and also try to understand the concepts. When you know the concepts, it becomes easy to answer the question. Okay, you can yourself assume that what can be the correct or the incorrect options. So please try understand concept, try to read a little bit in deeper manner, right, or in depth manner of that particular topic, right? So that is what we take a learning from 2023 examination. Same was seen in 2024, as we have not expected ARD current affair questions that were paragraph based in before 2023, but in 2024 again there were more questions from ARD current affair, and so, right? So this will be your learning for coming examination. So do not take any portions lightly, be it your ARD static, be it your current affair, be it your ESI current affair, which is obviously a very important part of ESI. So everything is very important. You have to take everything very seriously, right? Now we'll discuss about the difficulty level of each topic.
I think यहाँ पे हम बस बहुत quickly rush up करेंगे. ठीक है ना? So this is how we have started. This is what we have said you also.
Yeah.
This is how the difficulty level of paper was. So obviously, if I say guys, it's a moderate level paper. I'm not saying it was an easy paper because 25 में आके मैं आपको बोलूँ कि 23 का पेपर आसान था, तो यार उस टाइम पे वो भी मुश्किल ही था, इतना आसान तो नहीं था. But it was a moderate level paper. It's not a difficult level paper. I think she will also agree with me.
Yeah, sir, I would like to add that there will be few questions which will be of difficult nature, because थोड़ा सा एग्जाम का डिफिकल्टी लेवल भी सेट करना होता है. सो कुछ क्वेश्चंस तो रहेंगे बहुत डिफिकल्ट, जो अगर आपको पता है तो आप आंसर करोगे, अदरवाइज यू विल लीव इट. बट देयर विल बी मोस्टली मॉडरेट लेवल क्वेश्चन, इजी टू मॉडरेट लेवल क्वेश्चन which can be easily answered, and that can be easily correct opted by you. So we'll now.
ठीक है. अगर मैं आपसे एक चीज, सॉरी मैम को एक बात बोल रहा हूँ, एक चीज मैं आपसे जरूर बोलूंगा दोस्तों यहाँ पे कि इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड इज, अगर पेपर डिफिकल्ट होगा तो यार वो सबके लिए होगा, ऐसा नहीं कि वो सिर्फ आपके लिए होगा, वो सबके लिए होगा। बट पॉइंट यही यहाँ पे समझाने का ये है, अगर आपने जो चीजें उस टाइम, क्योंकि देखो गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स न्यूज में थी, करंट अफेयर्स न्यूज में थे, तो दैट इज हाउ आई एम सेइंग कि द पेपर इज ऑन अ मॉडरेट लेवल। आपने पढ़ा है तो आप कर लोगे, ऐसा भी नहीं था कि नहीं कर पाओगे। ऑब्वियसली मैंने नरेगा का क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि वो ग्राम रोजगार दिवस का क्वेश्चन मुश्किल आया, तो वो यार ठीक है 2 मार्क आएगा। मैं आपको ऑनेस्टली बताता हूँ, नाबार्ड की टेंडेंसी, अगर वो आपका 50 मार्क्स का पेपर है ना, तो उसमें से अराउंड 40 टू 42 मार्क्स पे ही खेला जाता है। इफ यू आर गुड स्टूडेंट, think about 40 marks. Never think about the whole 50 marks paper, because obviously there will be 2 to 3 questions in ARD static which will be somehow out of the box. कुछ एक आधा करंट अफेयर में भी ऐसा पक्का हो जाएगा कि कुछ आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स ही आ जाएगा। तो वो 8-10 मार्क्स का बफर आपको रखना है कि ऐसा होगा। तो शॉक मत हो जाना कि सर 50 में से 10 मार्क्स का पेपर तो आउट ऑफ द पेपर ही आ गया। तो वो होता है यार, ठीक है ना। अब अगर हम आपको ओवरऑल ले, तो एक चीज मैं आपको बताता हूं जो आई थिंक वी हैव ऑब्जर्व फ्रॉम दिस ईयर इज, कहीं ना कहीं ESI ARD दोनों की ही जो वेटेज है पिछले 2-3 साल से वो इक्वल ही है। वो एक आधा क्वेश्चन आपको मिला, जैसे यहाँ पे ARD क्वेश्चन थोड़े से बढ़ गए, 24 में थोड़े से ESI क्वेश्चन बढ़ गए थे। अब ESI स्टैटिक भी आया था बीच में 24 में, तो यहाँ पे नहीं आया था, 24 में स्टैटिक भी आया था। तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि 23 से आपने लर्निंग लेके स्टैटिक छोड़ दो, नहीं, पढ़ना है, नहीं आएगा तो आपकी अच्छी किस्मत है, बट आपको करना तो है जो भी चीजें रिलेट कर रही है। ओवरऑल अगर मैं बात करूं तो बैलेंस हमने आपको बता ही दिया है। This is how the difficulty level was there. So 20 marks of paper was really easy. 24 marks of paper was that thing that totally depends on your level of preparation. If you are a good, तो 24 में से आई थिंक 17-18 नंबर आप ले लोगे, लिए होंगे आपने, ले लोगे ना, लिए होंगे आपने। और 6 मार्क्स का पेपर ऑब्वियसली ऐसा था कि जो उस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे बहुत नया था या किसी को नहीं पता था। अब एक चीज मैं और बता रहा हूं, बिकॉज जैसे मैंने को बोला था पेपर अक्टूबर में और PSCS दिसंबर में आया था, तो आपके मन में पक्का डाउट आने वाला है कि सर क्या मुझे 1 साल पुराना करंट अफेयर पढ़ना है। करंट अफेयर आपको पुराना नहीं पढ़ना है। द थिंग इज, जो चीजें न्यूज में चल रही हैं आपको उसके बारे में अच्छी तरह पढ़ना है। अगर PSCS सितंबर में भी न्यूज में था तो आपको पूरा पता होना चाहिए कि PSCS के बारे में क्या क्या हुआ है पिछले कुछ मंथ्स। दिस वाज द थिंग हियर, ठीक है जी। तो ये था दोस्तों हमारा एनालिसिस। ये हमने आपको मार्क्स भी बता दिए, कितने क्वेश्चंस कहाँ से आए हैं, कैसे थे। स्कीम्स आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू कि सारी स्कीम्स जो थी वो लेटेस्ट स्कीम्स ही थी जो कि आपके एग्जाम में पूछ।
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So my dear aspirants, I welcome you all in this 2025 and I hope that you've started your preparations all along, and preparing for descriptive English is an integral part of that journey. See guys, you don't have to just prepare for phase 1. You also have to start preparing for phase 2, which is the descriptive part, wherein you have 2 papers, descriptive English, and the other paper is your ARD and ESI paper. So descriptive English is a game changer in this exam, and this really benefits a lot all the aspirants every year. So if you prepare well for English, you can consider half of your work is already done, and that is why I've brought this video for you. In this session we will be analyzing, we will be discussing what questions were asked in the year 2024 and what could be a sample solution, or you can say a solution for those questions. I've also provided that, so you can download the PDF from our Telegram channel and use it for your preparation. It is also provided on our website as well, but you can also get it from the Telegram channel. The link is given in the description of the video, and it a lot, right? So let's talk about the first question that was asked to the students. The first question is essay writing. See guys, essay writing is the biggest chunk of this paper, because you have to, this is the bulkiest part, because in Precis you only have to write 150 or 170 words. In similarly in letter you have to write either 120 or maybe 150 words, but essay, this is the biggest chunk of the paper where you are asked to write your essay in 500 to 520 words, and you have to create everything on your own. See, for Precis you will be given a passage for reference, right? For letter you will be given a scenario, but for essay you have to think of everything on your own right there in the exam. So the first topic, which was essay writing, so let's understand the 4 choices that were given. So you were asked to write an essay of about 500 to 520 words on any one of the following topics. So you have to choose one topic, and then you have to articulate your essay. You have to provide your thesis on that topic. So the weightage of essay is 40 marks. So let's look at the topics now. First topic is, how can youth contribute to India's progress in education, entrepreneurship and social initiatives? So the contribution of youth in education, entrepreneurship and social initiatives. So I can I think segregate it under a topic under economic and social issues. Yes. Second topic was how access to credit increases sustainable farming practices in India. This can be put under agriculture and rural development, ARD, right? So access to credit increases sustainable farming, and not just credit. I think it should be formal credit through proper banking channels, not money launderers or middlemen, right? Third is integrating fish culture with agriculture crops enhances productivity and farmers' income. So we had to discuss that. Again, this topic was based on agriculture and rural development. Definitely integrating fish culture, fishiculture जिसको हम बोलते हैं. So integrating fishiculture या fish culture with agriculture crops enhances productivity and farmers' income. And fourth was look deep. This was a static topic, guys. This was a quotation from Albert Einstein. Look deep into nature, and then you will start to understand everything better. It's related to not agriculture but nature. But it was, it was a implicit statement that you need to understand, that if you integrate yourself with nature, you start to understand everything in a better way, right? You can't look at nature in as a materialistic need, or it's just for your consumption. Nature is the ecosystem that we survive in, right? So all that had to be written there. So that was so these were the 4 topics that were given to the aspirants during the exam. Now guys, please do let me know in the chat comment section of the video, in the chat window, that which topic would you choose. If let's say you were in the exam today, right? If you were in the exam and you were supposed to take this essay, which topic would you choose? Would you choose to write on? Just tell me the topic number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's understand the psychology behind your choice, so that I can better further help you, that okay, if this topic is actually a good topic to write on, or should you have chosen anything else, right? So do let me know your choice in the comment section of the video. So these were the 4 essays that were given. I have provided you sample answers for all these essays. For example, for question number 1, how can youth contribute to India's progress in education, entrepreneurship and social initiatives? So you start with the background. We have a high demographic dividend, right? And we can use this dividend for the betterment of the country to achieve the dream of becoming a developed economy by 2047. Then you can talk that how young people can contribute in education. Then second, it could be about digital technology, entrepreneurship. Then you can talk about, every paragraph will discuss everything in a clear way. First paragraph, body paragraph is education. Second, it's about digital technology. Third, it's about entrepreneurship. Fourth is again continuity of entrepreneurship. Then youth involvement in social initiatives. Furthermore, youth-led organizations like Youth for Seva or Dan Utsav. And then you could have given a conclusion: India possesses immense potential and it can contribute to nation progress a lot. Second, how access to credit increases sustainable farming practices in India. Again, you provide background of the current situation, the predominant situation in the country, marginalized farming, and very low access to financial services. So that is another big challenge in the country. You could give some data towards it. Then how access credit facilitates the investment. Additional to technology, access to technology also improves with this. Credit improves farmers diversity to grow several crops and avoid monocropping. Then access to credit enables funding for training programs. Then challenges are there, but we need to fight those challenges, and we can come out as a winner in this situation. Third, integrating fish culture with agriculture crops enhances productivity and farmers' income. I don't know much about fish culture, but you can read this essay and understand how integration of fish culture with agricultural crops, right, increases productivity. Let's say tomorrow they ask you how genetically modified crops can revolutionize, or how integration of GM crops with natural crops can revolutionize the food security of the world and the country, right? Something like this. So the in-depth knowledge of a topic and how to present that topic, that is quite important in in such exams, right? So you can read the essay. I've provided you sample essays, and then again 4 topic, look deep into the nature, and then you will start to understand everything better. You also, what could we write on such a topic? I have also given that. So look deep into the nature, it will tell you and everything. It reflects a profound connection between humanity and the natural world, as I told you. At its core, the quote suggests that nature is not merely a backdrop to human existence, but a rich source of wisdom and knowledge as well, right? Then scientific perspective, you can talk about philosophical angle material there, then emotional and psychological benefits of connecting with nature, and then what the quote underscores the ethical imperative of environmental stewardship. So that was, all about your static topic. You can read this answer and see, okay, this could be a a template answer for such questions, right? So you can conclude it by giving a positive way forward, and then look deep into the nature, connect yourself with the nature, so that we can integrate and we can save nature and all that, right? So these are the 4 essays that were asked to the aspirants. Let's come to the second question, guys. Precis writing. The topic, the title, main title of the passage was, there was a case study of Ethiopia's rainwater harvesting crisis, right? So this was a case study, and that was the passage that was given to the aspirants, and they had to make a 120, just 120 word Precis, which is worth 30 marks. So this is a good scoring question here. You can 120 words is not even 10 sentences, guys, and if you score 30 marks, because just for 10 good sentences, I think that becomes a very scoring part itself. So you can read the whole passage, that what was the harvesting crisis there, what was the problem, what are the problems, then what are the issues that the the governments and stakeholders were facing, and then you could make a 120 simple 120 word Precis like this. You have to give a title to the Precis: addressing water scarcity in Ethiopia, the shift to rainwater harvesting. And you could read the Precis: Ethiopia is increasingly adopting alternative water resources, particularly rainwater harvesting, to combat widespread water scarcity. Many people lack access to clean drinking water, and traditional sources are often contaminated or unreliable due to droughts. To address this, the Ministry of Water and Energy has launched initiatives that have significantly improved access to clean water for millions. 3 sentences. While both rainwater and pond harvesting are explored, studies indicate that rooftop water harvesting is more suitable for the country's geography. 5 sentences. This method not only enhances accessibility but also promotes health and sustainability. 6 sentences. And last, so 7 sentences, you can make a good Precis, 120 word Precis. Overall, integrating rainwater harvesting into water management strategies is crucial for ensuring clean and reliable water sources for Ethiopia's growing population. So that becomes a good Precis. So Precis is a very easy, if you learn how to actually do it, it becomes very easy and very scoring part for you. Now coming to the third question, guys. Now this was something very challenging. The word limit for letter in the year was given 220 words. So it was supposedly a very big letter. Even compared to Precis, it was 100 words more than the Precis, right? So there were 3 topics given to the students. First was, write a letter to municipal corporation of your city regarding poor conditions of roads in your locality. So this was a formal letter. Second was, write a grievance letter to a faulty for a faulty piece of electronic device delivered to you. Again, this is a grievance letter, formal letter. And third was, write a letter to the in-house editor for extension of timeline for completing an article due to clash of task. Again, formal letter. So all the 3 choices that were given to the students were formal letters. And I think all the situations are fairly simple if you have practiced letter writing. A grievance letter is very common. Then any complaint letter regarding poor conditions, dilapidated conditions of your roads in the city. So these are very basic letters. And third, in-house editor for requesting for extension of timeline. This is something that you can look into. I've provided you sample answers for all the 3 here, guys. You start with your sender's address, then date, then receiver's address, then subject line, then opening salutation, then introduction paragraph, body paragraphs, then conclusion paragraph, closing salutation, your name, your contact number, your locality. So these are the 10-step format, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the 10-step letter format that you need to follow in your formal letters in the exam. Similarly, for your regarding faulty grievance letter regarding faulty electronic device, you start with sender's address, date, receiver's address, subject line, opening salutation. Then you give out the brief details of the purpose of writing this letter in the introduction paragraph. Then you discuss the whole scenario in detail in the body paragraphs. Then you write a conclusion paragraph, your closing salutation, and your name and your details. Similarly, third, your in-house request for extension deadline. Again, you start with, I hope this message finds you well. I'm writing to request an extension for the submission of my article titled this is this, due on this date. Unfortunately, I've encountered unexpected clash of tasks. You can give out the details. When will you be able to, submit your article, and then you closing request, your closing salutation, and your name and your details if required. So NABARD
Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. We all know that previous year papers play a very important role with respect to the preparation for any examination including NABARD Grade A. So as a part of this session, we are going to analyze the NABARD Grade A 2024 previous year paper. It will help us to understand the difficulty level, and we will also use this paper to understand that how we can optimize our strategy with respect to NABARD Grade A 2025. Back to the video, and let us talk about this previous year paper. And before we begin that, let me tell you the main objective. The main objective is basically to tell you that what type of content you could have written in an organized manner, fine, and secondly, very importantly, what was the difficulty level of this question. And how we are going to analyze the difficulty level, we will try to analyze the difficulty level by knowing the source with respect to that question. क्योंकि अगर क्वेश्चन का जो सोर्स है वो बहुत ही कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, अगर कुछ न्यूज में चल रहा था, बहुत ही रैंडम सोर्स है, so of course the question is difficult to handle. But if the question is very much straightforwardly from the syllabus, then I would say the job becomes easier. So we will see all these things as a part of this video, and let us move on to the question number one. Fine. And this document, by the way, you can download this document from the Telegram channel. We are going to share it over there. So let me open the question number one. And the question number one is, what are the benefits of post-harvest management, value addition and supply chain development in horticultural crop? And the question is a 15 marker question. Now, first of all, let us see the difficulty level. I would categorize this question as a moderate to easy type of question. And even if not easy, even if we call it moderate, because the question was a bit lengthy, you had to answer three type of things. The first is the benefit of post harvest management, then the value addition and the supply chain development in horticulture crops. So three bodies you had to create. So that's why I would say the question was a bit lengthy, but I would say the content that had to be written as a part of this question was very easy. Why is it so? Because this question straightforwardly has been asked from the syllabus. You can see I pasted a screenshot over here. This screenshot I've taken from the syllabus only, and you can see that post harvest management, value and supply चेन मैनेजमेंट ऑफ प्लांटेशन एंड हॉर्टिकल्चर क्रॉप. तो क्या ये क्वेश्चन बहुत डिफिकल्ट था आंसर करना? बिल्कुल भी नहीं. ठीक है, डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन हम उसे कहते हैं जो बहुत कुछ आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स आ जाए, जो बहुत ही अनएक्सपेक्टेड टाइप क्वेश्चन हो. बट वो क्वेश्चन जो डायरेक्टली आपसे सिलेबस से पूछा जा रहा है, वो सिलेबस का कीवर्ड्स यूज करके, दैट शुड बी एन एडवांटेज फॉर यू, नॉट समथिंग दैट इज डिफिकल्ट और चैलेंजिंग. सो that is why I'm categorizing this question as easy to moderate level. Fine. Now if you see the model answer, now see, the purpose of this session is not to provide you knowledge कि यार horticulture crop क्या होती है, post harvest management के benefit क्या होते हैं. That is not the purpose. Because ultimately you can download this document and you can read it later on. But the main purpose is to discuss, is to analyze how you can basically structure this information. So of course, in order to answer this question, first of all, you are going to write some contribution with respect to the horticulture sector, fine, as a part of our agriculture. So you can use any kind of data in order to justify that information. So you can see, as it is written over here, that horticulture contributes around 30% of India's agricultural GDP, with India being the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables in the world as per Food and Agriculture Organization 2022, FAO 2022. Now the thing is that you might feel that this information is a bit lengthy. I mean, this introduction looks a bit lengthy, but let me tell you that the document has been written by keeping in mind that so that you get a good content with respect to the answer. The word limit has not been considered as a primary criteria. So of course, when you are writing this answer in the real examination, you will have to deduct few words so that basically you can fit it into the right word limit. Fine. So that is the idea. But you can see this is the first and the foremost thing, that is the introduction, where you can write some form of data. After that, of course, three things have been asked. That is the benefits of post harvest management, then the value addition and the supply chain development. So of course they are going to be three bodies. Fine. So the first body is going to be benefits of post harvest management, the second body is going to be benefits of value addition, and the third is going to be benefits of सप्लाई चेन डेवलपमेंट. अब एग्जाम में मुझे पता है इतने सारे पॉइंट्स नहीं आते, इतना सारा डेटा भी याद नहीं आता है, बट कोई बात नहीं. कोशिश करो कि अगर हर चीज के लिए अगर आप 3 पॉइंट भी लिख रहे हो, हर बॉडी के लिए 3 पॉइंट भी लिख रहे हो, कोशिश करो 3 में से 2 में डेटा डाल दो, या फिर 1 में डेटा डाल दो और किसी एक में एग्जाम्पल डाल दो. बट ट्राई टू एड सम वैल्यू एडिशन. फाइन. डू नॉट राइट एन इनकम्प्लीट और आई वुड से जनरलाइज्ड वर्जन ऑफ एन आंसर. Try to make it complete by using the selective keywords. So for example, you can see according to National Horticulture Board, India loses India loses close to rupees 50,000 crore annually due to post-harvest losses in horticulture sector, and it is so that basically shows the benefit of post-harvest management with which we can deal such a type of problem. Fine. So similar type of, you can see here we have added an example that the shelf life of mangoes can be extended, and extension of shelf life. So all such sort of things can be written, and this is how you can basically structure your answer by using the right keywords. And at the end, of course, what you can do, you can write the conclusion also, a very short and precise conclusion. And I would say try to write a futuristic conclusion, a conclusion that contains some sort of way forward, that what could be the future measures that can be taken in order to improve the horticulture sector with respect to India. So you can write something like that. Fine. And was it covered as a part of EduTap course? Yes, it was covered, though I have removed the screenshot from this because I would say that is not the primary purpose of this session, but in the original document we had pasted a screenshot too. Fine. So now let us मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। अब फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन से हमें क्या लेसन मिल रहा है कि यार सिलेबस तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट लेसन आप ले सकते हो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन से कि सिलेबस को किसी कीमत पर नहीं छोड़ना है। एक एक कीवर्ड, each and every keyword that is written as a part of the syllabus, you have to cover it. You cannot compromise with the syllabus. Fine. It is very important. It is extremely important. So please prioritize syllabus. That should be the first and the foremost priority as a part of your preparation. Let us move on to the second question and we will see what is the key takeaway with respect to this question number 2. Now, the question number 2 is, India has seen a financial inclusion transformation from 2014 to 2024. What are the key government initiatives and the outcome of their efforts? अब मैं बताता हूँ ये क्वेश्चन इजी क्यों था। ठीक है, ठीक है, कुछ स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे हो सकते हैं जिन्हें फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन के बारे में डिटेल में ना पढ़ा हो। ठीक है, वो इस क्वेश्चन को छोड़ भी सकते थे क्योंकि 4 में से 6 क्वेश्चन करने होते हैं आपको एग्जामिनेशन में। फाइन, बट इफ यू टॉक अबाउट that whether you could have answered this question or not, I would say definitely yes. Why is it so? Because if you see the last year paper of 2023, a similar type of question was asked with respect to financial inclusion over there. Fine. So you can see the value of India's score in RBI's financial inclusion index has increased in 2023. In this context, discuss the challenges to financial inclusion in India. And while understanding the previous year question, what is the biggest lesson that you can take? That if a certain question has been asked from a certain theme, then you have to cover that theme in a holistic manner, so that if any question gets repeated from that certain theme or from that certain area, you are in a position to answer that question. Fine. So that is, I would say, one of the most important things that you can do, and you have to follow that approach for the 2024 paper also in order to prepare for the 2025. अब 2024 में जो क्वेश्चन पूछे गए हैं आपको उन्हें एनालाइज करना है, उन certain themes को recognize करना है, and you have to make sure that you are preparing that area in a holistic manner, in a proper manner, so that if here and there if the question is asked from that area, you are in a comfortable position to answer it. Fine. So you can see it over here. The question was regarding financial inclusion, and the similar type of question was asked in 2024 also, though the approach of the question is different, but I would say the theme is same. So I would say not a difficult question to answer at all. Fine. And if you are somebody who is following our YouTube initiative Perspective 360 degree also, where we do current affair based answer writing practice, you can go and see the playlist. We had covered this question. Fine. Financial inclusion. तो ऐसा भी नहीं है कि बहुत रैंडम क्वेश्चन था, बहुत डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन था, ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है, क्योंकि आप बैंक्स के बारे में, रूरल इंस्टीट्यूशंस के बारे में पढ़ते ही हो। ठीक है, एज अ पार्ट ऑफ योर प्रिपरेशन you cover this economic survey also sort of thing. So I would say if you had covered in a dedicated manner, you would have a good fodder material to answer this question. Fine. So you can see the approach with respect to this question is going to be pretty much straightforward. First of all, you're going to write something about financial inclusion. Fine. Since the question is asking about transformative shift from 2014 to 2024, so you are going to write your, I would say, introduction accordingly. After that, of course, you are going to switch to the main body, that is the key government initiatives that have been taken, and you can write them, and then you can talk about the outcomes of the financial inclusion efforts. Fine. Because the question is asking what is the key initiative and the outcome. So two things have been asked. So do not think that just because key initiatives and outcome have been asked, so you are going to create just one body and then you will write some sort of, I would say, content under it. I would say your answer would appear incomplete, because you won't be able to answer the question in a very precise manner. The demand of the question would not be completely addressed. So it is very important that you are creating two bodies. The first is initiatives that have been taken from 2014 to 2024, and what is the outcome of this efforts. Fine. So you can see this is body part 1, the key initiatives, for example, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, Aadhaar enabled payment system, Mudra Yojana, Digital India initiative, Jan Suraksha scheme, also sort of things. Then you can write the outcome कि यार उसका outcome आया. अब प्रधानमंत्री जन धन योजना आ गई तो क्या हुआ? What is the outcome? Number of banks account. फाइन. सो बैंक अकाउंट जो है वो इंक्रीज हो गई है. देयर हैज बीन इंक्रीज इन द बैंक अकाउंट पेनिट्रेशन. अब बैंक अकाउंट पेनिट्रेशन इंक्रीज होगी तो क्या होगा? लोग अपना पैसा जमा करेंगे, फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन होगी. फाइन. पीपल विल बी एबल टू सेव मोर. Fine. And it will help to and when more and more people are associated with the banks, what is going to happen? It becomes easier for the government to provide better delivery of the schemes such as DBT. Fine. Also sort of things. So the scheme targeting becomes better and it will help to reduce poverty, vulnerability. ठीक है. डिजिटल ट्रांजेक्शन बढ़ेंगी. अब बिजनेसमैन है वो भी लोन ले सकेंगे because they now they have opened their accounts, so the small businessmen are there, they can avail the loan. So that is also another outcome. So in such a similar fashion you can write different type of outcomes as a part of it. Fine. You can see insurance also, empowerment of women or marginalized groups. So all these are nothing but these are the outcomes of this above initiatives. So अगर initiative एक बार लिख दिए तो खुद एक बार सोच के देखो कि यार इस initiative का क्या फायदा होगा, तो आपको खुद दिमाग में आ जाएगा. और कुछ डेटा यूज करो, कुछ एग्जांपल यूज करो and write the body part 2. I hope it is clear to all of you. Fine. Now let us move on to the question number 3. अब इस क्वेश्चन से हमें क्या take away mila? The main lesson from this question is that please go through the previous year question before appearing for the examination, and you have to identify that from which areas what type of questions were asked, and accordingly you can prepare those areas in a holistic manner. अब मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि आपको सिर्फ वही पढ़ के जाना है, बट जो चीज़ें पढ़ के जानी है उनमें से ये एक ऐसी चीज़ है जिसको आपको ज़्यादा अच्छे से करना है. ठीक है, ताकि क्वेश्चन अगर रिपीट हो तो कोई भी ऐसा चांस ना हो कि आप उस क्वेश्चन को अच्छे से ना लिख पाओ. सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू आर एनालाइजिंग द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन, एंड ट्रस्ट मी इट विल हेल्प यू टू आंसर or to optimize your preparation in the most effective manner. Let us move on to the question number 3. अब यहाँ चलते हैं. Question number 3 is, okay, was the previous question covered by EduTab? The answer is yes, it was covered in the ESA chapter number 23 in a very precise manner. Now let us move on to question number 3. What is the institutional rural credit framework in India, and what measures can be taken by the government to improve rural credit access? अब ये कितने का है? 15 मार्कर क्वेश्चन है. ठीक है, अब 15 मार्कर क्वेश्चन है तो अच्छे से हम डिटेल में लिखेंगे, बट उसको जानने से पहले let us see that how in what category we can categorize this question. Was it easy, moderate or difficult? I would categorize it again under the easy to moderate category. Why is it so? Because if you have covered the syllabus in a detailed manner, you could have easily answered this question. You can see rural banking and financial institution in India is something that is a part of the syllabus. और यही आपको इस आंसर में लिखना था. ठीक है, कि कैसे गवर्नमेंट ने डिफरेंट इनिशिएटिव्स लिए ताकि रूरल क्रेडिट एक्सेस इंप्रूव हो पाए. फाइन. फॉर एग्जांपल ओपनिंग ऑफ आई वुड से these cooperative banks, for example promotion of differentiated banks, for example the small finance banks, fine, the payment banks, different kind of banks that are there. So you had to write these things as a part of the answer to this question. Fine. So I would again categorize it as a easy to moderate type of question, because same mantra यहाँ भी follow हो रहा है. कुछ ऐसा नहीं है कि out of the box question आ गया. अब ये मत सोचना कि यार सर तो सब कुछ इजी और मॉडरेट में डाल रहे हैं, डिफिकल्ट में कुछ डाल नहीं रहे. अब नहीं है तो मैं क्यों डालूं? मैं डिफिकल्ट में उस चीज को डालना पसंद करूंगा जो मुझे सच में लगेगा कि यार ये बहुत ही आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स है, बहुत ही अनएक्सपेक्टेड आ गया, स्टूडेंट इसको प्रिपेयर नहीं कर सकता था और बहुत चैलेंजिंग था, बट ये चीज तो डायरेक्टली सिलेबस से पूछी जा रही है. तो इट डज नॉट मेक एनी सेंस if I'm adding this question as a part of difficult level question. Fine. Now let us see the answer to this question. So since the question is asking about the institutional credit framework, fine, institutional rural credit framework, तो आप उस credit framework की importance लिख सकते हो, that what is the importance of that. So you can talk about that it acts as a backbone of the Indian economy, employing over around 55% of the workforce. Fine. And this is also another, I would say, lesson that you can take. What you can do basically, the different areas that are there as a part of the syllabus, the different components that are there, the keywords that are written as a part of the syllabus, you should try that you should have at least 1 to 2 data points for most of them. When I say most of them, क्योंकि हर चीज के लिए डेटा कलेक्ट करना थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है, बट मैक्सिमम चीजों के लिए आप कुछ ना कुछ डेटा रखो. ठीक है, कोई भी क्वेश्चन हो, कोई भी टॉपिक आप कवर कर रहे हो तो 1-2 डेटा याद रखो कि यार, और कुछ डेटा कुछ इस तरह का याद रखो कि जो मल्टीपल टॉपिक्स में यूज हो जाए. ठीक है, तो एक डेटा है जो टॉपिक एक्स में भी यूज हो रहा है, अगर टॉपिक वाई से भी क्वेश्चन आ जाए तो उस डेटा को वहां भी हम एडजस्ट कर सकें. तो जैसे ये है कि जो रूरल the institutional rural credit framework, it employs around 55% of the workforce. If you had such type of data, you could have easily added as a part of your introduction. Then let us talk about the first part of the body, that is institutional rural credit framework in India. Then the commercial bank, rural bank, cooperative banks, fine. Then NABARD microfinance institution. ये क्या आ गया आपका first part of the body, because this is something that is asked, that what is institutional credit framework in India, what measures have been taken by the government to improve it. Fine. So you are writing that this is the institutional rural credit in India. What does it include? It include all these different type of banks, which ultimately you know that you cover it as a part of your syllabus in your rural banking. Then you can write that क्या measures लिए हैं अभी, तो measures लिख दो. Very easy to understand, fine, very easy to write. For example, Kisan Credit Scheme, then interest subvention scheme, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, then strengthening cooperative credit structure, for example, creation of the National Cooperative Development Fund, then the expansion of regional rural bank. You must have heard that very recently government amalgamated few regional rural banks also. आप चाहो तो वो भी लिख सकते हो, ठीक है, ताकि उनकी performance improve की जा सके. So different initiatives we all know taken by the government in order to improve this banking system, in order to improvise the rural credit framework. Fine. So you could have written all these initiatives as a part of it. And lastly, what does it come? You can also talk about the outcome of the government measures. So I would say this is pretty much optional, because if you don't have the space, if you don't have the time, then you can avoid it. But as I told you, that we have tried our best to make the answer holistic, so that you get a good content regarding it. Fine. So that's why we have written it. Otherwise, I would say, since this has not been asked as a part of the question, so either you could have written it in a very precise manner, in a very shortened manner, or what you could have done, you could have skipped it if the time is not in your favor. Fine, if you're running out of time. And at the end, what you can do, of course, you can write the conclusion with respect to it. So that is how you could have answered this question. And what is the key takeaway? The key takeaway is that, first of all, कि syllabus again बहुत important है, बिल्कुल इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते. सिलेबस किया है तो सब कुछ किया है, ठीक है. दूसरी बात ये है कि कुछ चीज़ों के लिए डेटा कलेक्ट करके रखो. अब मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि हर पॉइंट में डेटा जाके लिख देना है, वो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. कोई भी जाएगा एग्जामिनेशन में, चाहे वो टॉपर क्यों ना हो जो सिलेक्ट हो चुका है. इट इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर एनीवन टू राइट डेटा फॉर ईच एंड एवरी पॉइंट. यू कैन नॉट डू दैट, बट यू हैव टू add data in most of the points. For example, 5 पॉइंट लिख रहे हो तो 2 में डाल दो, ठीक है, 2 या 3 में डाल दो, 3 में नहीं आ रहा तो 2 में लिख दो, 1-2 में एग्जाम्पल लिख दो. द मेन पॉइंट इज दैट योर आंसर शुड नॉट साउंड generalized. It should look specific. It should have some sort of value addition. That is the main point. Fine. Now let us move on to the next question. Question number 4. What are the objectives and the aims of Pradhan Mantri Vishwakarma and Swamita scheme? अब इस क्वेश्चन की बात करते हैं. स्कीम ओरिएंटेड क्वेश्चन आया. Now a lot of students keep on asking me that what parameters should be considered while selecting a certain type of scheme in order to prepare for the examination. Now the thing is that I usually suggest two type of parameters. The first is that the scheme should align with your syllabus. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ बहुत ही आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स स्कीम आ गई है. मान लो स्पेस मिनिस्ट्री ने कोई स्कीम निकाली, ठीक है, अब स्पेस मिनिस्ट्री नहीं है, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी है, ठीक है, तो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी ने कोई स्कीम निकाली, तो साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी की स्कीम आपके डिस्क्रिप्टिव के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होगी, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट समथिंग दैट इज देयर precisely as a part of your syllabus. ठीक है, अब मान लो फॉर एग्जाम्पल अ स्कीम इज देयर विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्ट्री, फाइन, और मे बी बाय मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एनवायरमेंट, फाइन, अ सर्टेन टाइप ऑफ scheme is launched. So what you can do, since the scheme is aligning with your syllabus, so you have to prepare it. The second parameter now, this is the first parameter, which is the syllabus. If it is aligning with your syllabus, then it becomes important. The second parameter is the impact factor. What do we mean by impact factor? The impact factor means that when a certain scheme is launched, it has a huge impact either in that certain sector or in the economy, or with respect to the society, that is with respect to women, or maybe with respect to the marginalized section of the society, the vulnerable section of the society. Such type of huge impact factor is there. तो जिन स्कीम्स का बड़ा इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर होता है और जो आपके सिलेबस से अलाइन करिए, आपको उन्हीं को प्रिपेयर करना है. जो छोटी मोटी स्कीम गवर्नमेंट लॉन्च करती है जिनका बजट भी बहुत कम है, ठीक है, और बहुत ही आई वुड से छोटी स्कीम्स है, बहुत ही इतनी इंक्लूसिव भी नहीं है, इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर बहुत कम है, यू कैन आई वुड से यू कैन skip those schemes for the descriptive paper, or if you want to stay at the safe side, you don't want to skip it. So what you can do, you can have some kind of minimum information with respect to the schemes. ज़्यादा डिटेल में जाने की जरूरत नहीं, बस पता होना चाहिए कि स्कीम किस बारे में है. फाइन, व्हाट इज द आइडिया बिहाइंड दैट स्कीम, ताकि अगर क्वेश्चन आ भी जाए तो ऐसा ना हो कि आप बिल्कुल ही छोड़ दो उस चीज़ को and you are totally uncomfortable, that should not happen. You are able to generate some information. But the main thing is that if you want to read a scheme in a detailed manner for the descriptive paper, then these two things have to be considered: the syllabus and the impact factor. And you can see PM विश्वकर्मा बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम है, स्वामिता बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम है. इन दोनों में से ऐसी एक भी स्कीम नहीं है जो बहुत ही ऐसे छोटी सी स्कीम हो एंड जो इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, जिसका इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर कम है. और आप कोई भी एग्जाम ले लो, चाहे आरबीआई का एग्जाम लो या नाबार्ड का एग्जाम लो, दीज टू थिंग्स हैव टू बी कंसिडर्ड. फाइन. नाउ let us say if you do not know the answer to this question, then what you can do, you can safely skip it because you had to answer 4 out of 6 questions only. ठीक है, 4 में से 6 क्वेश्चन आंसर करने थे, तो आप आराम से इसे skip कर सकते हो and you could have answered some other question as a part of the descriptive paper. Now let us see that how can we answer it. And इसको आंसर करना मुझे लगता है कि इसका स्ट्रक्चरिंग समझना ज़्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है, because straightforwardly बहुत ही आई वुड से दो चीजें पूछी है इसमें. द फर्स्ट इज ऑब्जेक्टिव एंड द सेकंड इज द एम. फाइन. द एम एंड द ऑब्जेक्टिव विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस स्कीम, अब दोनों का मतलब सेम ही है ऑलमोस्ट, बट द थिंग इज दैट यू द क्रक्स इज दैट बेसिकली यू हैड टू राइट द फीचर्स ऑफ दिस स्कीम. यू डोंट हैव टू टॉक अबाउट चैलेंजेस एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स. लेट अस से, अब देखो, ठीक है, एक और चीज देखते हैं. लेट अस से द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट आर द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ द पीएम विश्वकर्मा. बस इतना क्वेश्चन आता और ये 10 मार्कर का क्वेश्चन होता. ठीक है. अब 10 मार्कर के क्वेश्चन में अगर पूछा हुआ है व्हाट आर द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ द स्कीम, और आपको लग रहा है कि यार मुझे तो इतने ऑब्जेक्टिव या फीचर नहीं आते, मुझे नहीं पता इतने फीचर क्या है, मैं 2-3 फीचर जानता हूं और मुझे नहीं लगता कि मैं उसका वर्ड लिमिट पूरी कर पाऊंगा नहीं, तो देयर यू हैव टू एक्ट स्मार्ट. फाइन. इफ यू थिंक दैट यू वोंट बी एबल टू compensate for the word limit, then over there you can extend the information, you can stretch the information by writing other things. For example, you can write the challenges of PM Vishwakarma. ठीक है, अगर किसी चीज को आपके फीचर्स पता है, so you can generate the challenges also. Fine. For example, lack of funds. ठीक है, lack of fund तो हर स्कीम में लिखा जा सकता है कि यार इस स्कीम में फंडिंग कम है तो फंडिंग बढ़ा दो, तो ये तो हर जगह लिखी जा सकती है. इस तरह तरीके से आप पॉइंट्स क्रिएट कर सकते हो सो दैट यू कैन राइट द चैलेंजेस एंड द सॉल्यूशन आल्सो. बट यहाँ पर वो लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि क्वेश्चन 10 नंबर का है सिर्फ, और 10 नंबर में 2 स्कीम्स पूछी हुई है. स्वामिता के बारे में भी लिखना है, विश्वकर्मा के बारे में भी लिखना है. सो 10 नंबर में ये 2 चीजें कवर हो जाती है. अगर यही क्वेश्चन 15 नंबर का होता तो तब मैं आपको बोलता कि हाँ, now you don't have enough words to write under the features of these schemes, so you can of course choose to write the challenges also or maybe the solutions also with respect to the challenges, but in a very precise and accurate manner. ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत ज़्यादा उसको explain कर रहे हैं, तो वो depend करता है कि question कितने marks का है. So based on that you decide that what type of content you have to write. So over here you have to be very precise, you cannot beat around the bush. तो सबसे पहले एक इंट्रोडक्शन लिख दो जहाँ पर आपने पीएम स्वामिता एंड विश्वकर्मा की छोटी सी हेडिंग दे दी. यू हैव रिटन दैट व्हाट दिस स्कीम इज ऑल अबाउट. दीज आर द की प्रोग्राम्स दैट एम टू एनहांस द लाइवलीहुड ऑफ the traditional artisans and ensuring property rights in rural India respectively. Fine. So you can write the primary objective of this scheme. Then you can write a detailed objective or the detailed features कि यार क्या क्या चीज़ें आती हैं इसमें. So the objective is to empower the traditional artisans. Then it provides the financial support to artisans. Then skill development, cultural heritage, expanding market access. Similarly for the Swamita also, that establishing property right in rural areas, reducing land disputes, enabling access to credit, strengthening rural governance, and use of modern technology, because we know that Swamita scheme uses drones also. Fine. For the survey, so that is also can be written as a part of it. And at the end what you can do, you could have written the conclusion over there. And if you have followed the EduTap sources, then we have covered this as a part of our Scheme Tab magazine and July and August, and we have covered it in a very precise manner. Fine. So that is the idea. That is how you what is your learning from this question? The learning is that how to select the scheme. I've told you 2 type of parameters. The first is basically to see the syllabus, whether it is aligning with the syllabus or not, and the second is the impact factor. And the next thing that we have learned, that try to answer the question in a precise manner, write the information in the question based on the word limit that is asked in the question. Fine. So this question is for 10 marker also. 400 word का question है, तो 200 word स्वामिता के लिए and 200 word PM विश्वकर्मा के लिए. I hope it is clear to you. Now moving on to question number 5. Write a short note on dry land farming. अब बहुत ही छोटा क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया है, 10 नंबर का क्वेश्चन है. राइट अ शॉर्ट नोट ऑन ड्राई लैंड फार्मिंग. अब सबसे पहले इस क्वेश्चन को कैटेगराइज करते हैं कि इजी है, मॉडरेट है, डिफिकल्ट है. मैं बोलूंगा ये बिल्कुल इजी क्वेश्चन था. व्हाई इज इट सो? क्वेश्चन सबसे पहली बात है बहुत ही जनरल है, कुछ आपसे ऐसा नहीं पूछा कि यार प्रॉब्लम बताओ ड्राई लैंड फार्मिंग की या फिर फीचर बताओ, ऐसी कोई चीज नहीं बोली है. सो यू हैड अ ह्यूज स्कोप दैट हाउ यू वांट टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन, हाउ यू वांट टू डिलीवर द इन्फॉर्मेशन एज अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. फाइन. और 10 मार्क का क्वेश्चन है तो ज्यादा लिखना भी नहीं है, ठीक है. 400 वर्ड के अंदर अंदर आपको इसको खत्म कर देना है. एंड व्हाई आई एम categorizing it again as easy or moderate level question because it is written as a part of the syllabus. Fine. So you can see in the syllabus it is very precisely mentioned. Problems of dry land agriculture. अब again same rule. Syllabus cover किया है तो आपको एग्जाम में कभी प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी. फाइन. You will always be in a comfortable position to answer the questions in the descriptive paper, and you can see in all the questions that we have seen above, question number 1 to 4, I would say in question 1 and 3 syllabus was very relevant. In question number 2 also syllabus was relevant, but along with that the previous year question was also relevant because the question of financial inclusion was asked in 2023 also. ठीक है. और स्कीम में मैंने आपको बता दिया सिलेबस की क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है, और ये क्वेश्चन भी आप देख लो, इट इज वेरी मच लिंक टू द सिलेबस. सो आई एम रिपीटिंग इट अगेन एंड अगेन बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट यू टू इग्नोर द syllabus. I don't want you to underestimate the importance of the syllabus. It is very important as far as the examination is concerned. Now राइट अ शॉर्ट नोट ऑन ड्राई लैंड फार्मिंग. तो यहाँ पे आप क्या करोगे, सबसे पहले ऑफ कोर्स यू विल हैव टू राइट दैट व्हाट इज ड्राई लैंड फार्मिंग. और क्योंकि अगर आपने प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ ड्राई लैंड एग्रीकल्चर पढ़ा होगा तो आपको पता होगा कि ड्राई लैंड के क्या फीचर्स होते हैं, कि मिनिमम रेनफॉल कितनी होती है, ड्राई लैंड में मिट्टी कैसी होती है, सॉइल कैसी होती है. फाइन. सो द क्लाइमेट, द सॉइल, द टेम्परेचर. फाइन. एंड व्हाट टाइप ऑफ रीजन इट इज फाउंड. फिर आप क्या लिख सकते हो, सोच के देखो. यू कैन टॉक अबाउट द प्लांट्स ऑल्सो, द टाइप ऑफ प्लांट दैट आर ग्रोन इन द ड्राई लैंड फार्मिंग रीजन. सो 4-5 पॉइंट तो ऐसे ही बन गए. तो अगर आपने थोड़ा भी पढ़ा था you could have written this answer in a, I would say, in a good format in order to satisfy the word limit. और उसके बाद आप क्या कर सकते हो, अब आप देखो, अगर आप सिर्फ फीचर लिखोगे मैक्सिमम, जैसे मुझे 4 से 5 पॉइंट दिमाग में है, ठीक है. सो आपको भी 4 से 5 पॉइंट ही आएंगे या मैक्सिमम 6 पॉइंट आ जाएंगे क्योंकि आप पढ़ के जाओगे. तो यू विल बी एबल टू राइट 6 पॉइंट्स. बट क्या पता आप 6 पॉइंट लिखो और आपका 400 वर्ड का जो टारगेट है वो टच ना हो. यू आर नॉट एबल टू complete you are not able to touch the word limit. So in order to compensate that, what you can do, you have two options. First of all, you can talk about the challenges of dry land farming. कि dry land farming में क्या challenge है, irrigation के challenge है, ठीक है, sustainability के challenge है, ठीक है, income के challenge है, farmers income gets hampered. Such type of points you can generate. Different type n number of points are there. तो आप वो लिख सकते हो अपना कंटेंट बढ़ाने के लिए. या फिर आप क्या लिख सकते हो, आप लिख सकते हो the technologies that are used in the dry land farming. For example, minimum agriculture. Fine. Minimum agriculture नहीं, minimal irrigation. For example, the precision irrigation that is there. Fine. Precision farming that is there. Drip irrigation that is there. You can talk about those things also. The type of technologies that are used. So it is all up to you that what type of information you carry and what type of information that you prioritize to write as a part of this answer. कोई information सही या गलत नहीं होगी. मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव ये है कि आपको शॉर्ट नोट लिखना है ड्राई लैंड फार्मिंग के ऊपर. बट हाँ, फीचर्स लिखना इंपॉर्टेंट है. फीचर्स इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन नॉट मिस. आफ्टर दैट ईदर यू कैन राइट द चैलेंजेस एंड सोल्यूशन और यू कैन राइट द टेक्नोलॉजीज दैट आर यूज्ड एज अ पार्ट ऑफ ड्राई लैंड फार्मिंग. तो उससे आराम से आप 400 वर्ड्स टच कर जाओगे. फाइन. So I hope it is clear to you. Now let us see the answer. So as I told you, first of all, what you have to do, you have to write some introduction that dry land farming क्या होती है, what is dry land farming. Then you can talk about the features with respect to dry land farming, that is the dependence on rainfall, the use of drought resistant crops is very common. Then the soil and water conservation techniques. Then the mixed cropping and crop rotation is there. Find all such type of things are there. Then what are the challenges in the dry land farming? Fine. It is low. It provides low and uncertain yields, vulnerability to climate change, soil degradation is there, and how we can improve it. Fine. For example, with the help of water resistant techniques, drought resistant varieties का promotion करना, then crop insurance. Fine. In a very precise format you can write it, and that's how you can complete your answer. And I have already told you the approach, that how to reach the word limit if you have the limited content with respect to the demand of the question. Fine. I hope it is clear to you. Now this question is easy. क्यों इजी कैटेगराइज किया मैंने, क्योंकि डायरेक्टली सिलेबस में से पूछा है और मैं सिलेबस से पूछी हुई चीज़ को बिल्कुल भी डिफिकल्ट कैटेगराइज नहीं करूंगा. बिकॉज प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट इज़ अ कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम. आप एक नेशनल लेवल कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में बैठ रहे हो और आप एक सिंसियर एस्पिरेंट हो और आपने उसका सिलेबस ही कंप्लीट नहीं किया, तो सोचिए कितनी बड़ी गलती हो सकती है. तो सिलेबस तो कंप्लीट करना पहली प्रायोरिटी होती है, उसके बाद ही करंट अफेयर और बाकी चीज़ें आती है. तो ये तो मिनिमम चीज़ है जो करनी है. और आई वुड से द बेस्ट थिंग इज दैट फॉर NABARD आई वुड से मिनिमम इज ऑलमोस्ट सफिशिएंट. तो 6 में से 4 क्वेश्चन करने होते हैं और इजीली अगर आपने सिलेबस कंप्लीट किया वर्ड टू वर्ड अच्छे से, तो आप उस टॉपिक को, उस क्वेश्चन को आंसर कर सकते हो, एंड आप यू कैन स्कोर गुड मार्क्स विद रिस्पेक्ट टू डिस्क्रिप्टिव पेपर, एंड दैट्स वेयर आई वुड से यू गेट अ कॉम्पिटिटिव एज. And at the end, what you can do, you can write the conclusion also. Now let us move on to the last question, that is question number 6. अब sorry to say but इस question को भी मैं easy to moderate में डालूंगा. क्यों? क्योंकि question पढ़ लो सबसे पहले. How does India's storage system contribute to country's agriculture and food security? और question आप देख लो डायरेक्ट सिलेबस में से है. Let us see the syllabus. You can see the screenshot over here. Controlled and modified storage, perishable food storage. The question has straightforwardly asked from the syllabus. So I would say कि ऐसा मत सोचना कि मैं जानबूझ के चीज़ों को इजी दिखाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, बिकॉज चीज़ अगर क्वेश्चन डायरेक्टली सिलेबस में से आ रहा है, सो वाई टू कैटेगराइज इट डिफिकल्ट. द पॉइंट इज दैट आई डोंट थिंक दैट देयर वाज a single question that was out of box or that was difficult as a part of this NABARD paper. Fine. So that is, I would say, is one of the conclusions or the key takeaways that you can carry. Then how we can answer this question, of course, first of all you are going to write about India storage system, और ये content आपके पास होना चाहिए because perishable food storage और ये controlled and modified storage ये आपके syllabus का part है. तो आपके पास इससे related content होना चाहिए कुछ introduction के लिए कि यार मैं storage को के बारे में क्या लिखूंगा, मेरे पास कुछ तो data होना चाहिए कि यार इंडिया में food grain कितना store होता है. Fine. And you can talk about some sort of scheme also. You should know about that because this is something that is the minimum content that you need to know with respect to any keyword with respect to the syllabus. Then you can talk about, I would say, the introduction. Then you can talk about the role of India's storage system in food security, where you can write about the preservation of foods, of grains, then the buffer stock management, then about the public distribution system. Fine. Then all these things you can write. Then you can talk about the challenges of India's storage system, and then after that you can write the conclusion as a part of the conclusion you can talk about the way forward also. Fine. So you can see I pasted a screenshot. I forgot to remove it from this answer, but the thing is that this question was also covered by EduTap. Now, I hope it is clear to you. Now, as I told you that the intent behind this session is not to provide you knowledge that what is a horticulture, what is storage system, also sort of thing. The only intent is basically how you can structure the information, what is the difficulty level of the question, and what is the source of the question. Fine. So that is something that I think we have covered in a precise manner and in a holistic manner. And if you will download the document, you will get this topic-wide distribution of questions also. For example, how many questions have been asked from these different topics in 2024 and in 2023 also. So that's how you will be able to know that what are the key or the important areas. Then after that we have this, I would say, topic wide difficulty level also. This box is also there, and then we have the key takeaways. Then by the way, these key takeaways I've already told you as a part of it. If you're somebody who is preparing for this exam through self-study, then you can follow these sources also. Fine, as a part of it. And if you're somebody who does not want to go for self-study, maybe you do not have time, maybe you do not have guidance, because the thing is that if you will read multiple sources, the information is very much scattered. So it is very important that you have proper guidance so that you can proceed in order to cover the syllabus in a holistic.
So students, with this we have come to an end of our today's session. I hope it was helpful and insightful for you. Now students, if you are interested in having the paid mentorship for your NABARD Grade A examination, then you can enroll yourself into our NABARD Grade A Phase 2 Live Plus Recorded Crash Course. As part of this crash course, we are going to provide you the live classes, recorded classes, solve previous year question, chapter-wise test, descriptive model question and answers, descriptive fodder material, and the full-length mock test. Apart from that students, there is a NABARD Grade A Phase 2 test series also, and as part of this test series, we are going to provide you the PYQs, chapter-wise mock test, current affair mock test, and the full-length mock test. So these are the deliverables currently available on our website. If you are interested, you can enroll, and this is the good time to visit our website, because currently as part of New Year celebration, we are offering you a flat 77% off on all our NABARD Grade A courses. You can use the code New Year 77 and you can enroll yourself into these courses. On that note, I'm ending this session here. Thank you so much and I wish you all the very best.